Well, there was a bad car crash and 3 nuns are in the car and they were all killed. Of course, they got up to heaven and they was just going to walk through the pearly gates. And St. Peter says, hang on, he says, just because you were nuns down below, it doesn't give you automatic admission here. I shall have to ask you each a question. So he said to the first nun, who was the first man on the world? She said, Adam. That's right, in you go. He said to the second nun, who was the first woman on the world? She said, Eve. He said, that's right, in you go. He said to the third nun, when Eve first saw Adam absolutely naked in the Garden of Eden, what were the first words she said to him? So the old third nun was waited about a minute or two and then she scratched her head. She said, "God, blimey, that's a hard one." St. Peter said, being a nun, I didn't think you'd know that. In you go. Well, tic-tacking is like semaphore in a way. But of course that's all redundant now. There's no clerks. They've all got to have computers. There's no tic-tacs because they've all got walkie-talkies.
Leader in the centre of the course, from come aboard coming under pressure in second. Escalina's under pressure in third. Then comes Toccatina and Fair Marina. With just over a furlong and a half to run, and it's Polly Darling still the leader right in the centre of the course. From come aboard.
Well, I started at the races actually. First time was when I was 12 years of age. And I went down to Epsom for the Derby. I was underage actually, but like Epsom being a free course, I don't suppose they'd allowed me to do it in the proper rings, Tattersall, where you have to pay to go in, but out on the downs anything could happen, you know. Well, there used to be racecourse gangs, and they was just protection money, you know. And Sabini's were the well-known lot, and then Jack Spot, I don't know if you've heard of him. Well, Jack Comer, his mum used to live in Lower Rock Garden. He took over with a man called Italian Albert Dimes, and they had a real set to up in a cafe in Soho and nearly stabbed each other to death, you know. They used to just come along and give us some money, a fiver or so, which was money in those days. There's nothing now. And if you didn't, they'd knock your joint over and hit you or something like that. You put the joint up, they'd come along with a sledgehammer and all that. They'd whack it over, you know. Well, I mean, I get up and have a cup of tea or something, walk down and get the Argus, you know.
Lovely. Thanks, sir.
Well, I usually walk down onto the front. There's plenty of seats on the front. And when the old West Pier collapsed, I mean, there's crowds of people there, weren't they, all picking up the souvenirs. And, you know. I usually walk along there if it's nice. It's a fine day, you know. Her name was Cynthia Blair, same as the Prime Minister. And she was the ballroom queen of England, yeah. And I danced with her, you know. They didn't tell me I was king, though. But her father, they had ladies' hairdressing shops all over London, you know. And he didn't like me because he was gambling and all that. And he more or less put the ultimatum to her, if you marry him, you'll be cut off from the family fortunes and all that. She used to dance for England as well, in formation and all that. Went out to dance against Denmark and got killed in a coach crash. Yeah, terrible, yeah. Oh, Irving Berlin, he wrote one of the best songs about life. I know a billionaire who's burdened down with care. Something is on his mind. He's thinking of the day when he must pass away and leave his wealth behind.
I haven't any gold to leave when I grow old. Somehow it passed me by.
Yeah, I still have a little dance with the old girls down the club Sunday night. Yeah. Only the slow one, I can't do the quick stuff anymore.
I must say goodbye.
I don't have a telly, I get fed up of looking at it, you know. It's all sex and violence and stuff, isn't it? There's a church over there. Yeah. I mean, I don't run religious people down. I see them flocking over there every Sunday morning, you know. But I'm not religious anymore. I can't see there's going to be another life. I mean, all the billions and billions and billions of people that have died, where are you all going to go, you know? I leave that moon above to those in love when I leave this world behind. When I leave this world behind. And they're all about life. Yeah.